I don't know. I think we'll just go right into the ramble without a script. Someone said don't use a script, so I don't know. No script today. Today's Thursday ramble. A little introduction. I've had my Seiko kinetic diver for 6 days now, and I am on full charge after about 5 or 6 power walks. It happened today. Uh, I was with my wife today at Starbucks while we were waiting for our children to get out of preschool, and there were no seats in this crowded Starbucks in Torrance. And some gentleman waves while my wife is in the restroom. Some gentleman waves over. We got room over here. And I go over there, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw you looking for a seat. You couldn't have one, and I'm a cop, and I could tell you're a cop, or you're at least military. And I saw this big watch on your wrist." And I said to him, "Well, I'm not a cop. I get that a lot. My dad was in the military, and I did get a lot of his mannerisms. And to be honest with you, I'm always ashamed when cops think I'm a cop. I don't have the coolness of mind to be a cop. I'm a pretty high-strung individual, and I don't think I could be a cop. Maybe I could work in security or be a detective or something, but there's no way I could be on the street beat. So this watch, I guess it was part of the persona of a particular type of person, a particular type of man they watch. You know, my wife and I we're both teachers, and we use weird language, and you have to forgive me. A meme, meme. So after Starbucks, my wife was explaining a certain meme to me as we're just sitting in the car in the yellow zone with all these graduations taking place for preschool, kindergarten. There's even a middle school across in the Old Torrance. And so it was packed. We had to park in the yellow zone with the windows down. My wife's looking at her smartphone, and she's talking about a meme, meme. And she says, "I'm really annoyed by this particular meme I'm seeing on Pinterest and on photographs on social media where someone is celebrating their birthday or their graduation, and in the back of them is like a sign. It could be a chalkboard or a sign with congratulations or happy birthday written on it." And she said that was really annoying, and it's getting really popular, and so that's what a meme is. A meme is a behavior or an idea that gets passed along within the culture, and it becomes very popular. I don't do that. And it's funny. I told her I was just sitting there in the car, looking at my Seiko, making sure that the charge was full, staring at the 3D dimension. Because I don't stare at it enough. I had to stare at it more. And I said to her, "Well, I'm not offended by that. I'm offended by anything that's inane. And this particular meme that you're describing to me is just part of social media. We're all kind of new to social media, relatively speaking, and this whole notion of having a sign in back of you with congratulations or happy birthday. It's just people are experimenting with the new social media, and it doesn't offend me in the slightest because I don't know if you know this, honey. I think I said honey. I hope I didn't. I said I don't know if you know this, but I adhere to a philosophy called Sturgeon's Law. Have you ever heard of that?" She goes, "No." Well, I said to her, "Well, Sturgeon's Law states that 90% of everything is crap. So, of course, 90% of all these little inanities and cliches on chalkboards and on signs, of course, they're going to be crap. They're going to be inane. They're going to be cliches. They're going to be platitudes and bromides and truisms and treacly little slogans. So I'm not offended by the particular meme you described. I guess I'm buffered by a sort of built-in cynicism uh, that I attribute to being a longtime subscriber of Sturgeon's Law. And I apply Sturgeon's Law to watches. 90% of watches are crap. I love falafels, but 90% of the falafels that I buy are crap. I love burritos, but 90% of the burritos are crap. I'm a huge proponent of Sturgeon's Law, and additionally, I'm jealous I didn't come up with it. I wish there was a McMahon's Law, but Sturgeon already did it. I believe he was a science fiction writer. I don't read a lot of science fiction, but love the law, and it kind of buffers me from disappointment. Someone starts telling me about the inanities on the social media, and I pray to God I'm not being inane right now. I'm not using much of a script. So what else is going on today's Thursday Ramble? I'm hoping to get out of this YouTube video with the built-in YouTube camera on the iMac. It's not particularly high quality, and the feedback has been telling me as such. And so what did I get? I got a Canon T5 video camera with a tripod, and I'm going to work that out. I don't know how to use it. I looked on YouTube and I saw some videos. It looks user-friendly. What I don't know how to do is how do I, because I'm not looking through it, how do I know when I have it on a tripod, in my direction and I'm giving a presentation, how do I know it's squared up with my head or with my wrist if I'm doing a wrist shot or something? I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I mean, I've read that it's user-friendly. I'm not a smart individual, but I am average. And from what I've read on the internet, average people can use the Canon T5. And so who knows what the learning curve will be. Maybe it'll take me a month to figure it out. So the last part of my ramble before I go to work, I'm teaching a summer school class. Kind of somber today because we're doing a chapter on race and racism, and today there was they caught this 21-year-old kid who made a bunch of racist comments before he killed 9 people in South Carolina. I'm a little bit somber today, not in the mood for comedy, but I did want to go over the state of the collection here on June 18th, 2015. My collection is 8 watches. I'm pretty happy with the dang thing. Do I have any grails? Well, yeah, I mean, what would excite me? Probably a 48 millimeter Breitling Super Avenger with Arabic numerals. But I'm in no rush to get that. If I were to not buy watches for a couple of years, then I would be tempted to get that because then I could see some justification and some forbearance and a lack of compulsion that would give me more of a solid foundation to buy such a thing. So my current state of the collection, I'm pretty damn happy with it. Consider myself pretty lucky. I have a total of 8 watches, and really I only rotate 7. This EchoZilla I really only use when I'm in an environment that has salt water or chlorine. So we're talking about going into the ocean or going into a chlorinated pool. This is pretty much what I'm going to wear. And but as far as wearing to work or wearing out with my wife, I really only have 7 watches in my rotation, and of those 7, 5 are big, bold divers. In fact, 4 of them are Seikos, including the Seiko Kinetic Diver, and you can get a wrist shot there. It's got good size, and as many of you know, I received a few days ago my a nice rubber strap Seiko SRP 655, and Gary, I want to thank him for correcting me. This movement is not the sumo movement. It's the same movement that you get in the second generation Seiko Black Monster SRP 637. Now, because of that, I'm wondering if the price will go lower on the SRP 655. The price right now is the lowest I see him is about $562. I wonder if we'll go under 5. It wouldn't surprise me, but I got a little bit eager, had to get it, got excited. You know how that rocks. As far as dress watches, I don't have a dress watch per se, and I'm not particularly in the market for one. I really don't like dress watches, and to be honest with you, what I love about my Citizen ProMaster Skies, let me put this on here, is that they're very refined, and they, I think they're fine as dress watches. They're big enough at 44 millimeters. And I also have the gunmetal one, which if I had to keep one of the two, would probably be the gunmetal. It's more unique. What disadvantages does the gunmetal have over the silver one? Well, because it's dark, you can't really see the details as much unless you really look up close. But they're very detailed. They're made of Duratech. And, I've showed you these before. I'm not going to bore you with this situation. So I'm pretty damn happy. I feel pretty fortunate with my watch collection. I'm not hungering after anything at the moment. I don't think I'm going to get the blue version of this. I think it's just too close to this, and God knows I would be too anxious trying to figure out which one I was going to get. So I'm really not chomping at the bit to get another watch right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I get my new Canon T5 camera, I'm gonna do my best to do some watch videos. But you know, I have two daughters, and I'm not gonna do kid stuff. But I don't know if I told you this, but I play the piano, and I have a lot of piano compositions, and I can't sing. So what I'm thinking of doing, look at me shaking my Canon watch. I can't sing, and probably won't be singing. Uh, is I may be playing some of my piano compositions and putting the lyrics in the comment section or in the description section or something. And if anyone can sing, who knows? Maybe I'll find a singer to sing the music I write. I was influenced a lot by Morrissey and the Smiths when I was in college, and my music is still influenced by Morrissey and the Smiths, and then a band from that same period called the Sundays. A couple, Harriet Wheeler and David Gavin, they got married and they're raising a family, and they disappeared from the music scene in the mid 1990s. And I still listen to the music of the Sundays and the Smiths as if it was still the late 1980s or the 1980s. The music was never worn off on me, and I play a lot of piano compositions that are like that. And I have a feeling I'll be putting some of my piano compositions on YouTube. I hope I don't alienate manly watch aficionados with uh, some of those mellifluous piano compositions, but I'll try to be sparing in the matter. And look at me, look at me showing you the Seiko diver as I talk about the piano. So that's today's ramble. I'm going to go to work. A little somber today. Feel pretty damn good about my watch collection. Feel pretty damn good about this the Seiko Kinetic Diver. I got it at 100% charge. I'm wearing it on power walks. I'm a lot more relaxed about it. I find it to be the most command wrist presence of any watch I've ever had. Go figure, man. Seiko's, they got my number. And so that's it for today.